Hi, I'm Pat Blyth, and I'm with Sea Rock Live magazine at searocklive.com. I'm sitting here in the Horseshoe with J.C. Sandoval and
Russ Shipman.
Russ Shipman, bass player for The Crooked. So, two typical questions, rock and roll questions. Who are The Crooked, and why are you here?
Well, we are The Crooked, and we are releasing our second EP tonight called First Play Silver.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the long and short of it.
Okay, The Crooked. Where did the name come from?
From what I remember, our drummer came up with it, and something to do with his back. He's got like a bad back, and it just fit the sound that we're going for. We're trying to do something a little bit different, something not so on the straight and narrow path, something a little crooked. So that was a good name.
There was a crooked man?
Yeah, apparently. But
now, I read something about it had something to do with time signatures.
No, not necessarily. I think that was in a review. Someone said that, and and that's a great interpretation. I like that one. We do put in like odd time signature stuff into our music, but not consciously. We don't do it on purpose. We just like, oh, that sounds really cool. Let's do that.
How did you guys connect?
Russ?
Well, initially, I mean, Del and JC were living together in the same apartment building. And I guess this had gone
King's
on.
Garden!
King's Garden, represent. Okay. So they knew each other from way back then. Apparently, they'd always talked about, we should form a band together, and never really got around to it. So when they finally got around to it, I guess they heard about me through the grapevine. I'd played with your roommate's girlfriend's band.
It's a small community.
Yeah, it is a small community. So Veronica McNamee from Second Pass lives in my building as well. And she was like raving about how cool Russ Shipman is, and he's like, oh, he's such a great bass player, and he's so cool on stage. I was like, oh, who's Russ Shipman? And then I guess you departed from your last band, or I don't know what that situation was, but then we picked him up.
Situation of
Who were you playing with?
I was playing with Darkstone Crows. They're still active. Chanel's still a good friend of mine. But just, creative and business differences kind of just led to me kind of being like, I'm going to
moving out.
Yeah, I'm just going to
moving on.
I didn't consider it to be unamicable. It was just more just a blunt sort of, I'm finished. Good luck. But yeah, I mean, I'd finished with that, and then I saw JC had made a post on the Facebook. Then he was looking for a bass player, and him and Del, and sent me some demos. Came out, thought I knew them, didn't, but we worked through it. And
he was a good fit.
Yeah, and then we picked up Nilesh, and
Speaking of which,
Speaking of which, Nilesh.
this is Nilesh. Introduce yourself.
Oh,
Not that close.
I'm Nilesh.
That was epic, yes.
So Nilesh, we met through Craigslist. Yeah, he was in England. No, you were in Berlin at the time.
So
and
you
then
got
that's
Facebook
it.
and Craigslist.
Yeah, and
Put the band together.
yeah, King's Garden, Facebook, and Craigslist.
I love this.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Melody Maker?
Melody Maker.
Out of England? No.
Have
The
you?
magazine?
The magazine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's how it started. That's what it was a musician's magazine, specifically for hiring and seeking other musicians.
they
It's classifieds for musicians.
Cool.
That's exactly what it was.
That's right.
Do you know them
So-
personally?
No, I don't know them personally. Melody Maker is no longer around, but
But they
it
did
was.
some like world-class interviews, right? They did
Oh, you
Nirvana.
would know. You're from the UK.
Yeah, they interviewed like Nirvana and Oasis. I remember that.
Yes.
Oasis.
Yeah, there's a movie out about the magazine actually right now called Melody Makers.
Oh, cool.
But anyways, you just reminded me of that.
Oh.
Craigslist. So you were found on Craigslist,
I was found on Craigslist.
and you were found through Facebook.
And legend, urban legend.
Now, what about Del Orso?
Well, we knew each other for good
A long
friends for a
time.
while, and yeah, so that.
So what was the impetus for putting the band together? Because you have been busy with several other projects as well.
Yeah, well, I got to play for some really cool bands, and then I got the itch to start playing my own songs again, and then Del was actually one of the biggest contributors to that. He really pushed me to like, okay, you should start a band. I'm like, okay, do you want to play drums with me in a band? He's like, yeah. And the guys from Aduna actually were very supportive. They came out to my first solo gig and they're like, you should put together a band. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that.
I think I was at that.
Yeah, you think so? I don't know. It was a long time ago. But
there's been a lot of voice finding and just a huge amount of creative proliferation with JC over the last year and a half that I've noticed. Because when he came with the bare bones and they were better than anything I could have written, first off. But then to see those songs as they've grown, as we've added members and as we've decided to build upon them, it's just crazy. And like he's the main driving creative force here. So like we're talking about a lot of just like heart and soul that he's poured into it. And it's beautiful to just watch these things come together and then we bring them to life.
The whole creative
Yeah,
process.
because I mean, we've come light years since we started.
You have actually. I've been watching you as you've been growing.
yeah, and this is just the start.
This is very cool.
Yeah.
The last video, dog faces.
Yeah, dog faces. That's right.
Please explain.
We have the masks here too. We should have brought them out for the interview. What do you want to know about them?
Who came up with that concept? And actually, what is the video? I watched the video. I've watched it twice. So what is it all?
What is it?
Why
Yeah.
is everybody wearing dog faces?
Because they're dogs. They're just mangy.
With cats as cops.
Oh yeah.
And
are also
rats or
us.
mice as
Well, there's just
snitches.
there's rats, there's dogs.
So what's the video about?
It's just,
Whatever you make it to be.
it's just about it's about debauchery and authority and partying and rock and roll and
Which is what the song
Wait a
is
minute.
about.
Lots of
yeah, there is
lots of sweat. Tons of sweat.
yeah, just,
But you're,
I also ate a lot
Lots of fun
Chinese
stuff.
food that night.
lots of fun stuff.
lots of fun stuff. Okay, that's it for now. I'm Pat Blyth again at Sea Rock Live Magazine, and we're here with The Crooked, JC Sandoval.
Russ Shipman.
Facebook,
Nilesh Vasista.
Craigslist.
Craigslist, Facebook,
Kickstarter.
and you can find. Do you have a website?
We don't have a website yet. We're going to work on that. But right now you can find us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook.com/We the Crooked, Instagram We the Crooked. Anything We the Crooked, you'll find us.
Okay, that's actually one question I do have. Are you the Crooked or We the Crooked?
We're the Crooked, but our little tagline's We the Crooked. It's
Okay.
it's a little thing that we're trying to build. You'll know more about that eventually.
Not
Okay, all
linking
right.
them together, but there's that "We the North" saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of equated it somewhat on the
And-
same level. It's like, hey, I don't know.
It's also kind of like We
We're
the
the Crooked.
People. It's easier to get
We the people.
into people's heads or the Crooked's heads or whatever you want.
And one more thing, you've got a little tour coming up. You're
Oh
in-
yeah, yes we do. We got a little tour.
Okay.
Yes, we
Fill
are.
everybody in.
Yeah, we're going to Montreal tomorrow. So tonight we're in Toronto. Tomorrow Montreal, then Ottawa. Then we come back home for a few days. Then we're back in Montreal for Basin Fest, which is this, it's this really underground cool festival there. And then Peterborough, Barrie, Sudbury. And then we're back home. Oh, and we can announce that for the first time, nobody knows this. You first to know this.
Exclusive.
Yeah, it's an exclusive.
Exclusive.
We're going to be
Breaking news.
opening for Pop Evil in November. So
Well, congratulations.
at Lee's Palace. I
Oh,
think
cool.
it's Saturday, November 16th. I
I
think.
believe so. We also have a couple indie week.
Yes,
dates
that's
as
right.
well.
You'll be able to
Okay.
see us at Indie Week as well.
Okay,
You don't want to
well,
miss those. Those are always interesting.
Those are so much fun.
okay. Thanks very much, guys.
Yeah, thank you.